everyone, Steph here from thegoodred.com. In this video, we are checking out an outer layer piece from Wolfskin. So this is the Prelight 2.5 layer waterproof jacket shell from Wolfskin. This is in a size medium. First, we'll just kind of go over the look and the feel. So here is a look at it on me. I'll put my specs in this video and also below in the review. And I feel like this is pretty standard for medium. It's a little bit of a snugger fit. I'm really glad that I sized up, especially for a hiking layer or something that I really want to move in. Here's a look at the sleeves. The sleeves are still, they're not super short. They're short for snowboarding or something like that, but as far as hiking it goes, these are great because it just covers the wrist, but they're pretty small, and so they don't get in the way. They're not baggy or anything. The sleeves are pretty simple. They have a little bit of an elasticity on the back side, and then I like that it drops down just a bit on the top side to cover a little more of the wrist, but it's a little higher here, so it's not getting in the way of using poles or anything. There's a hood. A hood that keeps the peripherals pretty open, and it's not very constricting when it's on, so I can still move my head around. And it has this little bill on it, which I've used this in the rain, and it does help keep the rain out of my glasses and off of my face and stuff. So I like that little bill right there. There's also a cinch down in the back of the hood if you want to tighten it up, like if it's windy or something. And you get two pockets, zipper pockets, right there. Bottom of it does have a hem on it that's adjustable. So you pull this if you want it cinched up a little bit. It's just on one side, right there. It's a pretty simple jacket. It is very lightweight. So this jacket is waterproof and it's also windproof, which I would say it definitely is. It's not an extremely breathable jacket. It's kind of medium breathable. When you put it on, you can definitely feel the difference, but that's good for just adding warmth. Like if you're gonna put on an insulation layer underneath, it's definitely gonna keep the warmth in, but it is slightly breathable. So if you are active in it, it will keep you somewhat cool as well. So this jacket is pretty lightweight and it can compact down into a pretty small size. It is 5.8 ounces, and so good for backpacking, lightweight, or just throwing in your bag, and it's not going to add a lot of weight or space, but it gives you a pretty nice waterproof and windproof layer to use if you need it without taking up too much space or adding too much weight to your pack. Fabric on this is Exopore Pro, which I'm not very familiar with, but it seems pretty lightweight and waterproof. And I can show you on the back here. It has fully taped seams, so pretty waterproof, not a waterproof zipper. So the seams are waterproof, but the zipper is not. It's just kind of like a standard zipper. So yeah, you can pack this down into a stuff sack. It doesn't come with a stuff sack, but packs down to about that, which isn't too bad. Oh yeah, I'll give you a look at an insulation layer underneath this as well. So I put on a Roxy down jacket that I have that is, I'd say medium bulky, medium insulation. It's not like my warmest down jacket, but it is a little bulky, and it fit fine underneath the jacket. There was enough room to have both hoods up as well, so that's nice, and still have breathing room. So I've been testing this on hikes. I also tested it even on the mountain while I was snowboarding, because I got it while we were still open. So I got it in some summer snowboarding times, which I actually really enjoyed it. I just used this, and I used a flannel underneath. So this gave me a windbreaker, a UV protection, and then also a little bit of waterproofing, which was perfect for summertime snowboarding and stuff like that. And it adds a lot of warmth. So it hasn't been an overly hot summer. So definitely when I'm up on the peaks or hiking or something, I want to be prepared because it's gonna be cold if the sun goes away. And even using this without an insulation layer under it, it keeps me warm because it's not extremely breathable, so it does keep a little bit of the heat in, which I like. I've used this on a couple different hikes where it's been raining on me because it's been raining every day, so it's guaranteed to rain, and I found it very waterproof. So I'm not sure how it compares as far number wise or like Gore-Tex, but when I used it, I was out in the rain for a good like it wasn't a downpour, but it was like raining and moisture for a good hour and a half or so, and hiking. So there was friction points, you know, I was wearing a backpack, friction points here, friction points along the shoulders where the pack was, and it stayed waterproof up until, yeah, like an hour and a half, and then it started kind of seeping through on the pressure points and where I was like rubbing the fabric. But I found it pretty waterproof. Maybe not like torrential downpour water protection, but you know, your average rainstorm, it should definitely protect you there. I was out in the rain kind of testing it, and I just started like rubbing one area to see how long it would take the friction to push the water through the fabric. It took a good while. So like for me, just like, you know, normal rain, and I was rubbing it. It held up a lot longer than I expected it to, which is sweet. So definitely waterproof. It's also good for like these sporadic storms that we've been getting because it dries quickly. So after it's wet, for me, it took about 20 minutes to dry, but we are in like a little bit of a drier environment. But 20 minutes and it was pretty dry and ready to go again. Yeah, so overall, definitely I'm happy with this layer. Backpacking, hiking, situations where the weather is a little bit questionable, like right now you can see the storm clouds are starting to move in, so we're gonna get some weather here in about 30 minutes or so, maybe sooner. But lightweight enough and compactable enough that I can throw it in my pack, not think about it, but know that it's there. But know that it's there, and so if it does rain and I take it out, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, overall, pretty simple design, pretty simple jacket. Definitely does the job. I feel like it is accurate to what Jack Wolfskin advertises it to be. It's lightweight, it's windproof, and it's also waterproof. Plenty happy with how this has performed so far in the rainstorms and thunderstorms that we've been getting out here. And like right now, I'd be a little chilly, you know, because the sun went away and it's windy. But it's just enough without any layers underneath to just add a little bit of warmth and a little bit of extra protection from the weather. So as I look at the Prelight 2.5 layer jacket from Jack Wolfskin. If you are looking for the complete write-up and review, you can head over to thegoodride.com to check it out.